Welcome to this video entitled How to Use YouTube Ads Once Your Ad Gets Approval. And this video is all about tracking the results. When you get the video ad approved by YouTube, there's a number of metrics and other things to keep your eye on to make sure you steer the video ad in the right direction. Hi, my name's Jeff Flaming for Video Cashflow, and in this video we're going to review the results of the YouTube ads campaign, looking at the parameters that you set up at the beginning of the ads campaign itself, especially if this is your first campaign, and we'll also be looking at the initial results after the first day. So let's now head over to the computer, and whilst I make my way over there, be sure to read the slide that's about to come up across your screen. Welcome to the computer. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you what I was confronted with regard to once your ad gets approval. I left it running overnight, and when I finally got around to opening up my computer, this is the screen that I saw. So let's go over and have a look at that right now. And this is what I was confronted with when I went into my video manager. This video here, which is the video ad, even though it's shown as unlisted, when I first looked earlier, it had 505 views. So that's in about 24 hours, which is absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, the thing to do now is to go in to the Google AdWords account and find out exactly what's been going on. So let's hop over to the Google AdWords account. And this is what we've now got in the Google AdWords account. If you're not familiar with this, then don't worry, it will all become apparent to you once you start getting into YouTube ads. But basically what it is you've got the video down here. If you may recall, in the previous video, it shows up in two places. It shows up as an in-stream ad and an in-display ad. And what's happened is that the in-stream ad has got over 1,200 impressions with 386 views. That's a 30% view rate. It's cost me £5.09. Set my daily budget at £5. And then about half as many impressions on the in-display type of ad with a very much lower view rate, just over 1%. So quick look at that. Again, it looks as though the in-stream ad is certainly looking more attractive. Got an average cost per view of 1 pence, and there's earned views, which are, just click on these question marks here. They should be able to come up and give you an explanation of what they all mean. And also, if you look a bit more closely, it's got here one earned view. Now, an earned view is where someone's viewed the video ad and then gone on to look at another video in your channel. Out of 675 impressions, it's only got 9 views. See what happens over the next 4 days. Now, the big worry that I had was, crikey, I haven't even been allowed, as far as I could see, to actually set my end date. I was under the impression that you get the ad approved and then you go in and set all your parameters. Obviously not the case. So one big lesson learned there, and hopefully it's something that you can take on board if you're considering using YouTube ads for the first time. So let's have a look and see what else we got here then. So one of the first things I did, obviously, was to go into settings, and here we are. So just click on the settings button. Although I'd set it up to target Australia, Canada and the other main English speaking countries, left it, there's the budget, £5 a day. Obviously things like the setting the budget end date I hadn't done. So all I did, you can see I've now set it for 9th of February, and basically it will show up as none. And then what you need to do is just click on the radio button there and click save. So that puts a cap on your spend, which will be, in my case, the ad will be running for 4 days, so it'll cost me about £20. Then the next thing I did was the language. Languages here, all languages came up as ticked, and obviously I had to go back in and change that to English. Obviously if you're targeting South America, for example, then Spanish or Portuguese may well be the languages you choose. So that's as far as I got to now. Obviously there's a number of other things I need to do. It's got here networks, network settings, and I need to determine from here where I want the video shown, what network. So I've got a choice of the YouTube search, which is what we want. YouTube videos show video ads on the YouTube homepage, watching channel pages. You can use in-stream ads, video discovery ads, and bumper ads. Well, we're using the first two of those. Video partners. This extends the reach of video ads to a collection of sites and apps in the Google Display Network. Not quite sure exactly what that entails, but for now I'm going to switch that off. So just click edit, untick the video partners on the display network and click save. And there's the locations, so you can go in and change them if you want. I think we've covered most things there. You've got devices. These ads will be shown on mobile phones, laptops, desktops and other handsets as well. And if you click on the edit option there, it tells you what you can do. You can have your ad shown on all available operating systems, or if you click there, choose, might as well leave them all for now. Device models, again, if you want to test, you can obviously just use Android and then iOS and then Windows Phone. And then the operators and Wi-Fi, again, you've got the option to choose. So if you want to do a little bit of testing, and then you've got the various countries there, put that back to all, click save for now. You've then got advanced settings where you can actually go in and set up your scheduling days and hours, and then you've got another option here, ad delivery, which is your frequency of capping. Put a cap on the number of impressions per day, the views per day. Then you've got content exclusions. Use content exclusions to avoid showing your ads on content that may not be suitable for your brand. So obviously if you want protect your brand, you don't want it to show up on adult only channels, for example, so that's a good protection to put in place. As this is a test run, this ad, I'm just going to leave things as they are for now, but obviously it is one that you want to take note of and implement straight away. So that's the settings. So if we go back to ad groups, similar thing to what we looked at the beginning, tells you what the impressions and views are, so it's more or less a copy of that, and you can go in and edit. But once you're starting out, a case of familiarising yourself with the process of setting up an ad campaign and getting some ads going, very much trial and error. It's probably the best way to learn, to be quite honest. Let's face it, I think once you master something like this, what a great skill to have. And it's a skill that you can share with others, other business owners, and it's a skill that's very marketable. So settings, we've gone into settings, just to make sure got the end date in place, so make sure eliminating the risk. Then you go into the ads themselves, which is the page that I was faced with. Then you've got ad extensions, not quite sure what that is, but I'm going to leave that for now. Then you've got videos, I'd imagine bring us up the video ad, there you go, got my channel as well. And then you've got video targeting. This is interesting, this gives you some further analysis of where your video ad is showing. So it's got by age group, it tells you which type of ad group it is in stream or in display, and the impressions and the views, the view rate, cost per view, and the actual cost. So this is great information to look at. I mean, you've got the age group there, 18 to 24, 25, 34, right through to 65 plus, and then you've got unknown. And just a quick look, you can see where most of your impressions are. Looks like they're in the 18 to 64 age group. Views as well, again, looks as though most of the views are in the 18 to 44 age group, and as you can see, high, low, high, low, high, low. That's this particular video ad is being seen in stream. So good information there. And then you can also do it by gender. Looks like there's more males than females generally. Parental status, fairly even Stevens there. And by household income as well. No household incomes in this campaign. To be quite honest, the ad is promoting a free download anyway. And then we've got these other things here. So that was the demographics, and we got interests. Now I did pick two types of interest. There was the business professionals and the social media enthusiasts. Didn't get a great deal of choice, to be quite honest, but I suppose these two are probably the nearest to likely to have a look at a video like that. But interestingly, it looks as though business professionals rather than social media enthusiasts have taken a look at that. And in fact, it's quite significant at the views, over more than twice business professionals and social media enthusiasts. So again, all this information is great information because it's telling you who's interested in this type of video, this type of product. Remarketing, if you remember, I switched off the remarketing tab. So again, nothing to show for this range. Placements, let's have a look and see what this is. Nothing there regarding placements. Topics, nothing there for topics. Again, all of this type of information is something that you can explore once you get a hang of the basics and keywords Nothing there on keywords either. So let's go back to settings. Ad delivery, I think it was under content exclusions, content filter is enabled. Okay, so what does that mean? So here's the exclusions. Right, so total types of content your ads will be shown against. The standard content filter is the primary tool for content exclusion. It filters out the most inappropriate or graphic content from the sensitive categories below and is recommended for most advertisers. Okay, so they've knocked out mature audiences and content not yet labelled. Well, I think we've got some other exclusions here, so I think I'll tick all of those. Can't see that anyone interested in these subjects would be interested in tools to use for your online business. So what we're left with then is digital content that's available to general audiences, content suitable for families, most audiences, leave that ticked, content not yet labelled. You can opt out of certain content types as well. Live streaming videos, why would you want live streaming? And games, don't see that would be of use to any gamers, but we'll leave the embedded YouTube videos, and again we'll click save. That is basically everything I think that we'll keep for purpose of this test. As I say, going to go over for 4 days, cost me about 20 quid, and at the end of the 4 days we'll see what sort of results we get. So thanks ever so much for watching. Hope you found this video useful, and I'll hand you back over to Jeff to finish off the rest of this video for you. Thanks for watching. Hope you found those steps useful. In the next video, we'll build further on what we've learnt by checking the results for the duration of the test campaign and summarise the lessons learnt. There'll also be links to 3 really useful resources to help you with your own first tentative steps towards undertaking your first YouTube ads campaign. Here's a link for you to download your free copy of Top 10 Tips for Beginners to YouTube Ads. You will also find the URL link in the description box below this video. Thanks for watching. Look out for that next video in this YouTube Ads campaign. In the meantime, look out for our next video on video marketing and YouTube coming your way next week. Enjoy. Until then, bye for now.